Well, history was started in 1752, was established by Arthur Smith. Smithfield was big in at the time for peanuts, believe it or not, and hogs came after the peanuts. Mallory House, that's where the first ham was cured at. From there, you had two different families that really engaged in processing hams, and that was the Gwaltneys and the Luders. And they had their plants outside of town here. I and my brother worked at those plants. Smithfield Foods is really stepping up to the plate and being a big part of the towns that they're in. The revitalization of our town on the main street and South Church Street, and down there where the corporate offices are, that used to be run down. It was old warehouses, flooded down there all the time. Since they moved their corporate offices there, it made a big change in the way Smithfield sort of looked at itself. The possibilities of different types of jobs that Smithfield Foods offers. You can find yourself in a technical job, or you can find yourself in IT. You can find yourself managing different departments. The whole thing is a big operation in the town. It's wonderful to have them here because I know they spend their money here. I know that they visit the restaurants during lunchtime, after work. They go to have a cocktail or have a dinner. And these businesses come because these people are here.
Come on in. This restaurant is sort of like a gift from Smithfield Foods to the town. Every other customer that comes through here, I know. I've seen the people that come in here build their families here, build their careers here, whether it be Smithfield Foods or other places in town. I think that's what makes small town America. Hospitality is what we do at Taste of Smithfield. When people come through these doors, our staff wants to greet them. They want to make them feel welcome. I do feel an obligation to make sure they feel at home. They sit down and they eat and they share their stories. We share our stories with them. And my first question is always, where are y'all from?
We are the most corporate mom and pop restaurant I think that's ever lived. Our pork comes right from the source, right down the street. I really like that our identity kind of matches that. We pretty much make just about everything in-house. We're celebrating pork, but our turkey comes from Smithfield. Our corned beef comes from Smithfield. Also, another thing I love about being in Smithfield, bacon in just about everything. It does make everything better.
A lot of community leaders do come through these doors. They have dinner. Sometimes they're business meetings. Sometimes they're interviewing somebody. We have our CEO coming here all the time. He's a big fan. He has a Shane's Philly named after him. He probably doesn't like that, by the way. I don't know. Maybe he likes it or maybe not, but the fire department, when they come in and have their meetings, I'm like, they're supporting us by coming here. It's good for our economy, and it keeps our town alive.
The volunteer fire department here is unique because there's not many fire departments like this around where it's all volunteer. We have the welders, the farmers. They don't get paid to be here, so they're here to learn, to be the best they can be. If I had volunteer firefighters signing up to volunteer here and they came in and we had very rundown equipment, dated equipment, antiquated training grounds, stuff like that, they wouldn't want to be here. They would want to go somewhere where they had better. We have this, we have that heavy rescue out there, we have the training grounds, all because of those partnerships that we had with Smithfield Foods. These people hear about Smithfield Volunteer Fire Department out in Louisiana. We got people from Chicago Fire Department that come here to take our class, people from FDNY that come here and teach and take our class. But the funding for these trucks was a big deal. We already had the truck on order, and then we came up $350,000 short.
Let's see. Thanks everybody for coming. With this check, I think this brings us over the last 7 years to about $350,000. Yes. I can't thank you enough for everything you do for the town, for Smithfield Foods, and we're just honored to be a part of it today, so thank you.
We would not have been able to do that and have this type of equipment without that relationship.
Main Street has grown significantly over the last 20 years. There's talks of more growth, more businesses coming, and I think that's just going to add to the vibe.
The plant using local resources was a big deal. People around here relied on that. That's what kept the restaurants open for people to go eat at. That's what kept my father-in-law's metal shop in business. All those small businesses in here relied on Smithfield Foods. And that still goes on today.
There is currency in community. There's no question about it. You can't put a dollar figure on that. You do speak to your neighbors. You know, you help them out when you need to. And that community is much bigger than just a little small town. It's a mindset.